Yo, yo, yo. Yo, what's up? What is up? I'm just want to have a little chat with y'all. I'm actually streaming from my phone, which is unusual, but I felt like it today. I was like, you know what? Let's have a little one-on-one chat with the boys. What's up, Voyager 88? Voyager, you're always gonna be RPG to me, man. I'm sorry. I know that you don't like it, but bro, that name means a lot to me. I'm sorry. I know you probably don't like it, but that's what we finna have to do. You know what I mean? I try. I really really tried. Even in some of the podcasts you did, I called you Voyager, but I don't know, man. I can't control myself. I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say. But today I felt like going live real quick and just go over some things. I received a package and I really kind of want to vent a little bit about why I even had to buy this fucking thing. Um, and I really want to ask some of you guys who have been gaming for a long, long time. Let me see if this fits here. And I also wanted to show you my new collection layout. This does not, it won't hold. But took me, I have a video recorded and I haven't, maybe I did upload it, I don't remember. Basically going through the process of this collection and everything I did to it, but we'll just give people a few more minutes to come on in and come hang out. But yeah, I want to talk to you guys about my video game collection. I want to talk about the Xbox ad that I saw. I made a video out of it. The video's blowing up. I think we're like at 1,000 views in a day. And I want to talk to you guys about the Xbox 360 I just purchased, which is fucking wild that I'm even buying an Xbox 360 in 2025. But I'm gonna explain all that. I have made some videos on this topic, but it ain't nothing like speaking to y'all live. It ain't nothing like doing it in the flesh. So thank y'all for so much for being here. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Help me out. But yeah, we're gonna go talk about the collection real quick. I'm gonna show off to you guys what I did, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing up and show you guys how kind of frustrating it's like. Yes, Henry, ain't nothing like supporting the last true Xbox. That is a fact. I don't see a like button. Oh, well, RPG. If you don't see it, you don't have to hit it. You don't have to hit it and quit it. You can just hang out. But give me a second, guys. I'm just grabbing some real quick, and then we'll open that box, and that will set off the discussion. Or maybe I'll just fucking show you guys my subscription first, because or not my subscription, my fucking collection. So my collection, which is right in front, as you guys can tell, that fucker took me 6 hours to do all of it. So let me show you guys real quick. Hold on, let me take this fucking phone out for this. All right. So before there were gaps in the collection, I had a stack of games. I have an app, so it's completely full. I mean, there's some little gaps, like right here. I can take this game out and fit about 3 more games, but we'll leave it as is for now. But what I ended up doing is I took all the games that I purchased this whole year, and it's right here, bro. But bro, I'm disgusted with myself. I bought a lot of fucking games this, especially in the last 3 months. My accountant called me and was like, "Are you going through a midlife crisis? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you trying to cut your retirement short by fucking 5 years? What's happening?" And I decided to finally organize all those games and set them up here in the collection. So everything is in alphabetical order. Every single game, everything is accounted for. Now, I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to guess how many games you think I have in my collection. Because the number that I've been telling you guys on my videos is completely fucking wrong. I even DM my boys, Henry and RPG, in a private DM, and I told them, based on what I had scanned up to it, what I had. And I'll let you guys know right now, the number I gave them was off. It was not tremendously off, but it was off. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds here to guess. Before, the number that I was giving was 500. 500 was the amount of games that I have in my collection that I was advertising in my videos. When I do my Will It Play With No Internet videos, I was like, look, if y'all need me to test the game, let me know. I got over 500 games. That number is wrong. It is wrong. Now, it is not 7, 8, 900 games. It is, what's up, Uncle Remus? That's what I'm saying, Uncle Remus. That is a retirement. But it is a lot. So, all right, the number is 620 games. This whole time, I thought I had about 400, and with my purchases, I'm at 500. No, I am 150 games over what the fuck I thought I had. This is fucking disgusting behavior. And I have gained, I want to say, about close to 100 games this year alone. This year alone. And of course, a lot of these games are $20, $15, $25, $30. So it's not like every single game is $70. But when you add all the shit up, it comes out to be a lot of money. But I went ahead and I organized everything. And this is what I have left over right here. These are the games that I couldn't fit. So I need another shelf. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games that I couldn't fit in my collection. Two of them are regular games. The rest are PSVR 2 games, which I didn't put those in alphabetical order. I like to leave those at the end because I don't want to be searching. Because you got to think, when you have a library this size, and mind you, I don't think I have like a super huge library. But when you have something this size, you really have to be organized with it. Otherwise, you're not going to know what the fuck you're looking for. So I know right now, okay, I feel like playing Final Fantasy, right? I go to the F's. So E's, F start right here, Final Fantasy, right? I want to play fucking Stellar Blade, Silent Hill, S's, S's, S's. Bam, Silent Hill, right? Stellar Blade will be further back. Or somewhere around here. Fish. Damn, can't even find Stellar Blade in my own fucking... Oh, right here. Stellar Blade. So it became a fucking hassle. So I did it. And that's true. What's up, Sophie Nana? How you doing? You haven't gotten a single PS5 yet? What up, Lick? Can you send me some free PS4 games? Hell no, I can't send you no free PS4 game. But if you are a member, I give $20 PlayStation Store gift card every single month. Every single month, I give away a $20 gift card for all the members of my channel. But anyway, that's enough talk about the fucking collection. Let me hang up my my phone back on the stand. So let me show you guys my new acquisition that just came in the mail today. And then we'll talk about that a little bit, and I'll give a little bit of a rant, and then I'll fuck off and go do what I was going to do because I want to play some games. But this motherfucker came in the mail today. And I had to buy this because, well, I'll just open it and show you. Now, I got like an off-brand one. This isn't the official one. Obviously, it's decades old now, so they don't really have many around. Battery packs, rechargeable battery packs. Guess for what fucking console? That's how you charge them. for the Xbox 360. I had to buy them, bro. I had to buy them, and I'm gonna show you right here why. I bought a pack of these, 4 batteries, to put them in this fucking controller, and it was $8 for 4 batteries. $8. $15 for the battery packs. You know what I mean? It just made all the sense in the world. So I just purchased an Xbox 360. This is my second Xbox ever. I bought an Xbox Series X and an Xbox Series S for my son. And here it is. So I paid $40 for this sucker right here. I have a video coming out that talks all about it. It didn't come with none of the cables, so I had to get a power brick for it, and then I had to get the controller, which I got a refurbished controller on Amazon. That was $30 or $25, something like that. And here it is. So why did I go ahead and get a 360? Well, one of the reasons is right here. Quake 4. This is I have a video coming out next week. It's called the Will It Play with No Internet, where I test to see if these games run without no internet. Obviously, Quake 4 does work with no internet, but Quake 4 does not have the smart delivery system on the Series X. Xbox doesn't have true backwards compatibility. What that means is, what Xbox does when you put a game in, doesn't matter what it is. Let's just pull out right here. State of Decay 2. You put in State of Decay 2, Xbox will read that you have the license, and then it will download the digital game. So it doesn't read the game off the disc, it just reads that you have the license and you download the most current form of the game. Well, they don't have every single game ever made for the Xbox, so a game like Quake 4 does not have backwards compatibility on the Series X. Also, as you guys know, Xbox has been going away from physical games. I think it was a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, they laid off their whole fucking physical game department. The guys that were in charge of making sure the games got printed physically, got distributed. They got rid of that whole department about 2 years ago. Their video that I made a video, or their advertisement video that I made a video about, and a whole bunch of people have been going crazy on that video. Video's been fucking popping off, where I break down the ad that you see. Xbox is saying that games like this is old. You no longer need to get shit like this because now you got Game Pass. It's instant. And that rubbed me the wrong way. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I've been wanting to buy a 360. I'm going to get a 360. I really wanted a 360 that was like a Halo edition or Gears edition. That's what I wanted. And they're not too expensive. They're anywhere between 150 to $300 depending on the condition of it. Well, I've been buying so many fucking games, I didn't want to spend $250, $300 on a really good quality Halo edition or Gears edition Xbox 360. So I got an alert from Amazon saying that there was going to be on eBay, or not Amazon, but eBay, there was going to be a what do you call those? An auction. And I just logged in to see what it's like. I never bid or anything like that. And then I saw the Xbox 360 right here. And the bid started at $1. So I said, fuck it. And I bid, and I ended up winning. So I bought that one for insurance. What do I mean by that is, I know that Xbox has the red ring of death, and I know it's had some issues in the past. So I want to use it as something that I can have replacement parts if need be. So it was an experiment to buy that game or that console to see how the bidding stuff works. But I also wanted a backup because we're in the year 2025 now. And the more time goes by, the less of these are going to be readily available out there. So I kind of try to future-proof myself a little bit. and I ended up getting it. And I think 40 bucks is a steal. What do you guys think about it? And it wasn't just 40 bucks. I had to buy a power brick, which was 15 bucks, and I had to buy an Xbox controller, which is 25 bucks, which I would have done any damn ways because my son also, oh shit, I almost dropped the controller. My son also plays video games, so I would need two controllers anyways. Let me catch up with you guys on the chat real quick. Haven't gotten a single PS5. Everybody needs a hobby. Got everywhere. So it sucks. One of those games will be useless once the gamer servers take it down. What's your opinion about collecting figures and physical games? Safinana, like people are saying in the chat, everybody needs a hobby. You know what I mean? I think collecting video games is one of the more profitable ones. I don't think that's the right word, but I think the most bang for your buck, because let's say right now I get fired, my boss calls me like, hey bro, we gotta downsize, we gotta let you go. Okay, cool, I'm gonna go job hunting, right? But what happens if nobody calls me in 2-3 months and then bills are piling up? Guess what? Bam, this whole section right here, gotta go. I just pull out this whole section, go take it to GameStop, get some quick cash. I can get gas in my car, I can buy groceries, I can buy medicine if need be. You know what I mean? If I really want to take my time and maximize, then I'll grab one game, I'll make an eBay post, and then I'll take my time and sell it for more money. Those are all things you can do when you collect, especially video games, right? This is kind of like a 401k. Now, you're not going to get what you paid for it, right? So you buy a game. Here, let's use this game real quick. Star Wars, the Jedi Knight Collection. This game, I paid like 10 or 12 bucks for it. I could probably get maybe $8 or $10 for it right now if I sold it on eBay. Maybe. It's brand new, but some of the plastic is peeling. But the point is, I may only lose a couple dollars, but I'll have 8-10 bucks in my pocket. Now multiply that times however many games I feel like selling, right? And then in other instances, you have a game like Alan Wake Remastered. This game, I bought it brand new on sale for 20 bucks. If I sold this game on eBay right now, I can sell it for $70-$80. So it's a big come up. So for people that collect things, I'm not saying buy your games so you can make money. You can try to do that, but it's not a guaranteed, and that's not why I do it. I do it because I love gaming. It's my only hobby that I really have. But in the event there's an emergency, you can always try to sell some of these and cover yourself a little bit. I don't know about figures. I'm not in the figures market, so I don't know what the economy is behind those, but I'm sure that it might be a little similar. I don't know. You would have to look up that info. But aside from all that, I think it's dope. Like I said earlier, when I reorganized my whole collection, it took me 6 hours to do, but I treat it like a library. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I'm looking for fucking, I don't know, Forspoken. I go through the alphabet. This is D's, F. Okay, Forspoken right here. Bam. Pull it out, ready to go. Xbox 360. Yeah, I just steal my batteries from work. Batteries are a good deal at BJ. Otherwise, they are super overpriced. So I do have a big ass. And in the video that you guys will see when I unbox this stuff, I bought like a 20 pack of these off-brand batteries from Amazon. I think I paid like 10 bucks for it. Well, when I put it into this controller, they didn't work. And I thought the controller was broken. I'm like, fuck Amazon, man. You guys told me this controller is refurbished. You guys redid all these things, but yet it ain't working. So I was like, before I contact Amazon, let me run to the gas station real quick. I went ahead and picked up some Duracells. I know I paid a little bit extra than probably what they sell for at Target or something, but I needed to find out right then and there. And it was like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and bam, it worked. $8 for a 4-pack. Even if I get a deal at $6, that's still a lot of money. So I just went ahead and got this rechargeable battery pack for the 360. Hey man, that ain't stealing. That's perks of the job. That's a fact, Henry. What's up, Alex ZY? Yo, how come you didn't do Ninja Gaiden 4? Will it download without internet? So I didn't do Ninja Gaiden 4 because I'm interested in the game, but I'm not interested for 70 bucks day one. And so I'm gonna buy it eventually. I'm just, that price got to come down a little bit for me. I'm not like super excited to play it. I am looking forward to it, but I'm gonna see what Black Friday prices are, so you can stick around. or I can just give you the answer right now. So according to the internet, yes, it will play with no internet. That's what I've been hearing. A lot of people were worried about that game because obviously Xbox and their bullshit physical games that don't have any game in them, but people are online saying that it does play. Also, this is a huge shout out to doesitplay.org. Go follow them boys over there. They do what I do, except they take it to the next level. They will play the whole game from start to finish with no internet. And they have a whole team of people testing these games. So go check them out. They did test Ninja Gaiden, and I think they also gave it a thumbs up. But if you want me to do it, stay around. I'll be dropping a video sometimes around the holidays if the game price goes down. What up, Marcellus Soggy? How you doing? Don't sell them to GameStop. You get pennies on the dollar. No, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm just using GameStop as an example, right? If you're in a pinch and you need some quick cash right now, yes, obviously go to GameStop, go to a pawn shop, things like that. You're gonna get super small amounts, but hey, if you need gas right now, you need to buy some food right now, you cannot wait to do the whole sell process and find the right buyer. You negotiate the price. That's gonna take some time. I've been broke before, bro. When you need $20, you need $20. When you need 100 to pay that internet bill, the cell phone bill, you need that shit right now. You ain't trying to wait till you set the posting up on eBay, then you find somebody to buy it, and then eBay approves the sale, and then eBay pays you out once the package is delivered. Because yes, I sold shit on eBay, and the way eBay pays you is somebody buys it, you don't get the money. You have to confirm that you printed out the shipping label. You have to take it to the post office, and then the person has to receive the package, and the person has to say there's no damage or is as promised, and that's when eBay pays you. So that process can take up to a week or two. That's after the sale. If you post it right now and you sell it right away, you won't get paid for a week after. But if you need some cash like ASAP, GameStop is the way to go. Pawn shops is the way to go. But yeah, batteries, of course, you can try to find good deals. There's a lot of different places. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. All my consoles, they have some sort of rechargeable, where I can put the controller, it charges it up for me. My PS5 has got one. I get one every time a console drops. PS4, I got one. My Switch, I don't have one for the Switch because the Switch stays docked whenever I'm not using it. So the battery is usually good. And then my, what do you call this? The Pro 2 controller, the Switch 2 Pro. Switch Pro controller 2. I mean, battery on these things lasts a long time. Just like my, I don't know what they're called, the Xbox Pro controller, the Xbox Elite controller. Battery lasts forever on these. So whenever I'm playing on PlayStation, I just charge it, and I don't even play Xbox that much. But with the purchase of this 360, like I've been playing Halo all week. I just beat Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, and I'm currently playing Halo ODST. Not sure if I'll play that one all the way through, but I just beat 3 Halo games. And yeah, I fuck with it. So, but that is my huge purchase, which isn't even that much money, but still. But I still have a whole bunch of videos planned out for you guys. I mean, I have videos planned out, uploaded, ready to go on YouTube. If you're a member, you can see them right now, all the way up to like November 20th or something like that. In these videos, you will see the rest of my purchases that I've made. I haven't bought a game in the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks. So all those videos just catch up. Yo, what's up, Miku? My new Xbox is a 360. Just got this off eBay on, what do you call it? On one of those, where you bid, auction. $40. I got my it just came, just the console itself. I had to buy a power brick for it separately. And then I had to buy a controller separately, which I chose to go through refurbished through eBay. I'm sorry, through Amazon. I wanted to get a really nice one on eBay, but like I said in the beginning of the video, I really wanted to buy a Halo edition or Gears edition Xbox 360. That was my main goal. But I bought this cheap one because I wanted to use it as a backup in case parts start to go wrong with the one I really want to spend a good amount of money on. But either way, that's all going to be explained. The video that's coming out probably in the next week or so. I've been editing a little bit of it. It's a long ass video. I'm trying to shorten it down to about 10 to 15 minutes. As you guys know, sometimes in my videos I yap a lot. But hey, I love gaming. It's my favorite hobby. Is what I do. My coworker was just telling me about a movie that she saw that it's really cool, and I'm like, girl, I just bought 1000X Resist. That game has an awesome story. If I want to watch something with a great story, I just play a fucking game. Like movies don't interest me, TV shows don't interest me. Gaming is what interests me. I can get my story, I can get my music, I can get my gameplay, I can get my art all from fucking games. I did also. This is coming up in another video, but I've also been reading. So I've been reading as well. I'm actually almost done with the book. I am chapter 36, page 387 of The Fall of Reach. And that's it. That's only about 20, 30 more pages to go. So I read this motherfucker in less than a week. So that's the shit I'm into. I'm into gaming. Also, when I was in the military, that was during the PS3, Xbox 360 era. And I think that's another reason why I've never had an Xbox 360. Is I was in the Army. I was deployed to Iraq in September of 2008. And I bought the PS3 day one because that's what I knew. I went into the PlayStation from the PlayStation 2. When the PS3 came out, that was the first console I bought with my own money. And I actually have a PS3 right here, which I ended up rebuying again because the PS3 that I had, foolishly, I sold it to a friend of mine, and he still has it to this fucking day. But he will not sell it back. Fuck you, Mike. I know you're gonna see this video. Fuck you, Mike. You made me go out to some random stranger and buy another fucking PS3. Anyways, that's beside the point. Shout out to Mike, man. Because of him, I got into Lunar. But the Xbox 360 wasn't even in my purview. I don't know. I was busy with the military. The only thing I did with the PS3 is watch movies. Man, we used to watch so many fucking movies. I did play some games, but it was a social thing, right? In the barracks, we would get some beer, trying to get some girls over. We would play Madden, Call of Duty, 2K or whatever. And it wasn't until we deployed to Iraq that one of my friends brought his Xbox whenever we had downtime, and we would play Halo on the Xbox. And that's when I really knew about the Xbox and what it was all about and what it offered, and Halo. Now, I've seen Halo in TV commercials, and I was around during all that hype, right? My son just went, oh shit, Uncle Remus, that's what's up, bro. Tell your son that some random dude in the YouTube space said, thank you for your service. Also, I don't know how long he's been in, what rank, or nothing like that. I don't know if he's planning to be there for a long time or he's looking to get out as soon as he's done with his contract. But let him know, take advantage of all the benefits that you get. So, meaning, while you're in the military, you get free education. While you get out the military, you can use your GI Bill. If you're smart, like me, I only did 4 years. If I was smart, I wish I would have done this. I would have got my bachelor's degree while I was in the service, and then I would have my GI Bill to use after the service to get my master's or doctor's degree. So I fucked up. I was a young kid. I was just trying to have fun, get with girls, travel. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about bettering myself for the future. So whenever I see a kid that just joined or something like that, I always recommend it. It's like, bro, invest these 3 or 4 years you're in there. Take advantage of it, because when you get older, your older self is gonna thank you. But during that military time, that's when I really found out about Xbox and what it is, what it does. Well, I got out of the military. I was still a young man. I was only about 21, 22 years old. And gaming wasn't really in my life. I was trying to establish my life. I was trying to find a career. I was signed up for 6 years training for Navy diver. Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah. Congrats, bro. Look, I recommend the military to every single person, especially between the ages of 18 or 17 to like 22, 23. Like, bro, during those years, if you don't have anything going for yourself, like the reason I joined was because I was an apprentice for an electrician, and he ended up laying me off. And I was like, fuck, I don't know what else to do. I don't want to do what my parents do. I need to get out of the city. and bam, I joined. So if you don't have anything going on between those years, fucking join, bro. You invest 3, 4, 5, shit, even like your kid, Uncle Remus, 6 years. That time is gonna go by so fucking quick. And next thing you know, you're 25, you're 26 years old. You really didn't do anything between 18 and 22, and you don't know where you're going. At least between 18 and 22, you have that experience from the military. It looks good in your resume. You have some benefits behind you. You know, you got your GI Bill. You can buy a house. The house that I'm in, I bought that with my military benefits. So shout out to you guys. And Miku, I just began college. Too late to back out now. Do your thing, dude. Do your thing. If you're in college, do your thing. I'm telling you, whether you're in college, you join the military, you're doing something. You're doing something for yourself that your future self is gonna thank you big time. And that's the biggest thing about being an adult. I'm being real, because so many of us think we have all this time left, right? When you're 21, you're like, oh, my 30s is so far away. I got plenty of time. Or my 40s are so far away. I got plenty of time. Next thing you know, the older you get, the faster time goes. And next thing you know, you're knocking on 30 and you didn't finish college, you didn't join the military, you've been working dead end jobs, you haven't established yourself in your career, and now how you're going to buy a house? How can you take care of your family? How can you how can you realize those dreams that a lot of us had while growing up, having a family, or even if you're a single person, you just want to live well. The sooner you get started, the sooner you're gonna get off to that road. But either way, I didn't mean to get into life stuff, but that's the reason why I never had a 360. I had a PS3. I got out the military. I was just trying to establish myself. So it wasn't around that time the PS4 came out, 2013, I believe it was. And in 2013, I was there for the PS4 day one. I remember watching the Xbox announcements, and they were just talking about TV, TV, TV. They weren't really showing any games. So I just went and picked up a PS4. I was like, well, PS4's got Uncharted. PS4's got The Last of Us. Like, I'm in there like swimwear, right? And then, of course, for the PS5, Xbox, I mean, didn't really sell me either. The only reason I bought a Series X is because it was on sale for $350. Now, the year prior to that, I bought a Series S for my son for Christmas, and that's only because I had gotten him a Switch for Christmas the year before that, or 2 years, and he was now asking for more games, better games. So I was like, you know what, Game Pass sounds like a good deal for my 6-year-old at the time, and that's why I went to the Xbox ecosystem. It wasn't because they had games that I wanted to play. It was because my son was starting his gaming journey. So anyways, fast forward to 2025, we realized that Xbox physical completely sucks. Their backwards compatibility ain't really backwards compatible for shit. And I went ahead and picked up a 360. And like I showed you guys up in here, here it is. I paid $40 for it. I did have to buy the power brick separate and the controller separate, but it's in my possession now. I recorded a Will It Play with No Internet just for shits and giggles. Of course it plays with no internet. This is Xbox 360, PS3 era. Of course it plays. But for shits and giggles, I recorded it. And guess what? The graphics ain't that bad. It ain't that bad at all. It feels like modern gaming, just maybe not with the glamorous graphics. Let's see. Electrician is a good profession. I was trying to guide him to go to trade school. Dude, trade schools are where it's at. I just saw an interview with Elon Musk, and he said the jobs that will not be taken over by AI right away are those trade jobs. Electricians, drywallers, just all those trades, plumbers. I'm in that business as well. That's what I currently do now. I'm a tool salesman. Well, I work for a company that manufactures tools. I ran my own store for 8 years. Then I got a different position within the company, but I come up, or when I used to run the store, a 20-year-old kid would come up looking for a knife and pan or a drywall tool, and we shoot the shit, and he'd be like, I give him the price. Yeah, this tool's $1,500. You're like, oh, that ain't shit. I'll pay for it right now. These kids are making 60, 80, 90 grand a year doing drywall. 2 years into the business, they're making 60, 70 grand. Fresh. By the time they're 30, they're going to be pulling in 120, 150 easily. easily. As time goes on, for example, I started working there in 2016. It is 2025. The amount of what we call the older generation, right? The 60-year-olds that were retiring has skyrocketed. But the amount of people coming in is like this, slow pace. So the work is going to continue. The demand is going to be there. Things always have to get built, things always have to get fixed. But you're not going to have the personnel to cover all the work. So they're going to be demanding these ridiculous salaries and they're going to get it. So trade school is where it's at, man. If I got fired right now, I would literally go to trade school, get my certification, and start. We have Henry here. Also, young men, take care of your body, train every day, stay on top of that fitness and cardiovascular health. Absolutely, Henry. That is a great point. That's another thing I wish I would have done, or I wish I would have kept up when I got out of the military. In the military, every day was PT, 6:30 in the morning till 7:30 in the morning, every single day. We ran a lot, but it depends on the unit. But I wish I would have kept up. I told myself, oh, I'll just have fun for the first year I got out. I'll eat whatever I want, but then I'll get back to my physical training. I never fucking did. And now I'm overweight, right? So I wish I would have kept that up in my early 20s. Same thing with women. Just keep up with your health, man. Your older self will thank you. I know we play video games and the stereotype is, oh, you're fucking mom's basement, super fucking fat, you don't do shit, you just keyboard warrior. Yes, some gamers are like that, but there's also gamers who are family people. They work, they make a living, they go to the gym, they have a social life, right? I have friends in gaming from all over the world, man. We have people from Australia, we got people from the UK, we got people from Europe, we got people from Canada, Latin America. Shout out Enrique, who's from Mexico. We have people from all over the world, man. We got all sorts of professions. Everybody can be a gamer, and that's a beautiful thing about gaming is people from all walks of life are gamers, man, and that's fucking fire. We all have that one thing in common. Yeah, no, absolutely, Minku. You as well, dude. You as well. Keep track of your health, your education, your knowledge. Have a thirst for it, just like you like gaming. Have a thirst for those other things too that are gonna benefit you. Like I tell my son, you're gonna be older way longer than you were younger, right? So put yourself in a position to when you are older, you don't have to struggle as much for financial gains. Instead, you can take that time and do other things with it. If you want to go home and have just binge on some sort of game, you can do that, right? Instead of saying, damn, this new Ghost of Yote came out today and I can't play because I got to go to work because I don't have enough money and I got to pay the mortgage this month, right? If you're financially a little bit stable, you can be like, you know what? I'm going to call in today. Or you know what? I'm going to take off today so I can play Ghost of Yote, or I can play God of War, or I can play Halo, or I can play whatever game you want. And because you are financially stable, that one day ain't going to kill you. I've been broke as fuck. So missing one day, that's like, that's financial fucking suicide. And I'm like, damn, if I miss one day, I can't pay the fucking electric bill. I can't pay the internet bill. So that's the shit that I'm talking about. Don't put yourself in that situation so we can enjoy these hobbies that we have. So you can be like, you know what? Black Friday's coming up and I want to spend a couple $100 on games and I want to grow my collection. You can do that. So, but first you need to put in that work, and especially in your early 20s, whether you're a young man or a young woman, it doesn't matter. Put in that work. Your future self will thank you. You're going to be way more established, and you're also going to have the time, freedom, and money to be able to buy games, buy a controller. Oh, hey, a new edition of whatever controller came out. You don't have to look at your bank account to make sure you got $70 to do it, or $80 or $90. You can just go ahead and buy it, right? But that work starts in your early 20s. That's all I am recommending. Let's see. I'm not a man. I think Xbox is toast now. Is the backwards compatibility really that bad? I thought about getting a Series X in the future just to play older games. So, Miku, the backwards compatibility on Xbox, this is how it works. You stick a game into the Series X. The Series X will read the license off the disc. It will then look for that license in Xbox Video Game Library, its own service, a digital store. If they have that game playable for the Series X, then you download that digital copy of the game, and that's what you're playing. You're not playing the game off the disc. PlayStation, on the other hand, and Nintendo Switch 2, it does read the game right off the disc. So you're able to play older games because it's not looking into the digital servers to see if the game is available for the new Switch or the new PlayStation. It just reads the information off the disc and you're able to play it. Xbox doesn't do that at all. So the only console from Xbox that does is the 360, where it's still reading the disc. So I'm holding up Quake 4 because this game does not work on Series X. The digital version for the Series X does not exist for this game. So therefore, I had to buy an Xbox 360 in order to be able to play this game. So when you're talking about backwards compatibility, it's not the greatest. Now, I'm not going to say it's completely trash because there are a ton of games it does have. But just remember, at any moment, the servers go down, you may have a hard time finding the game. Or if the game gets delisted, which is something we see all the time. I hope that answered your question. Yes, we are live. What up, Nelson? Uncle Remus, college is kind of a waste of time unless you're going for something specific, i.e., doctor, accountant, general degree are worthless. Yeah, I agree with you, Uncle. Yeah, man, that's what we're talking about. The trades; those are great educations to get. You go to a trade school, you can get certified within 6 months to a year, and you can start off making great money. Absolutely. If you're gonna go to college, make sure that it's useful. Don't go get a liberal arts degree. That's not gonna pay the bills for you. That's just gonna put you in debt. But yeah, great point. Nelson says, young people don't work and ain't been anyone, I ain't seen anyone under 35 in 5 years in machining. Well, Nelson, it ain't that young people don't want to work, which that is true. Every generation had its young people that don't work. We're millennials, so when we were growing up, they said the same shit about us. Young people don't want to work. But like I was telling my colleague today, you have to put yourself in their shoes. Why the fuck would I go be a machinist in your example? Or why would I go be this or that if they're paying me 15 bucks an hour when I need at least 22 to pay bills, right? Remember, when we work, we're giving our time, our expertise, we're exchanging it for a paycheck. So everything is so expensive nowadays that if I was a young person, I'd be unmotivated too. Why would I give up 40 hours of my life to make minimal freaking money where I can't come up, I can't even sustain myself? I was just telling my colleague today that at 18 years old, she was telling me that she's making her daughter, who just turned 18, pay the cell phone bill from her own money. And I was like, dude, at 18, I was already moved out of my mom's house. I was already paying rent. I was already paying all my bills. But what's the difference? When I was 18 years old, I rented a 2-bedroom apartment with a friend. The rent was $600 a month. Yes, the place wasn't huge, but it's one of those 4-family houses, you know what I mean? Well, there's one apartment on the right side at the top, one apartment on the left side at the top, one at the bottom right, and one at the bottom left. So about 600, 700 square feet, right? Or 900, 800, I don't know, super small. But me and him, 300 bucks a month, right? Then our energy bill was like, our electric bill was like $50, $60 a month. Our internet was like $40, $50 a month. Groceries, what, we each bought bread, eggs, milk, that's it, right? We eat out all the time. A double cheeseburger was $1. Fries were fucking $1. Sodas were $1. So you're looking at a way different time frame than the kids are nowadays. It sucks for them. That is why you should be more motivated to make sure you go to a trade school or get your education right and you get a career that can actually sustain yourself. Because look, man, that's the worst thing ever. You're working 10, 12, 14 hours a day and you feel like you're not getting ahead. You feel like you're taking two steps or one step forward and 2 steps backwards. That's that's the worst feeling ever. You get paid and that check is gone on bills. You barely have enough to cover gas and food for the next 2 weeks till you get paid again. Like, I get why young people aren't wanting to work. But on the flip side of that, if you're a young person, you have no responsibilities. You're staying at home with mom and dad, and people are offering you an opportunity. Look, my guy, sometimes money isn't the best way to get paid. Sometimes experience is. Sometimes experience is the best paycheck you can receive. And I know everybody here has seen it. How many times have you filled out a job application and you're 20 years old, for example, and they say you need 5 years experience? You're like, how can I be 5 years experience for this entry level position if I just turned 20 or I just turned 18? It's happened to me. right? And this is where experience is sometimes a better paycheck than actual money. But don't be lazy. Don't expect for somebody to come in and solve your problems for you. Go out there, go get it. Take care of your health. Take care of your money. Be willing to learn. Be like a sponge. If anybody ever offers to teach you things, accept it. Whether it's another gamer teaching you about another game, or whether it's a coworker teaching you about the profession, it doesn't matter. Be a sponge, especially when you're young. When you're older, same thing. My son isn't afraid to get dirty. He rebuilt the truck engine by himself in my home garage. That's fucking dope, bro. What up, Panda? Calling me out. Damn, basement gaming. Damn, me too, Panda. I'm a basement gamer too. Well, not really, but sorta. Time goes by faster the older you get. That ain't no lie. Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact. Work comes first. Games will always be there. That's a fact, Uncle Remus. I spend time with my kids now because they will be gone. Absolutely. You can always make money. You can never make time, Nelson. 85% of 360 games don't work on Xbox One or Series. 85% of 360 games. Oh, wow. That's a big percentage. Yeah. Yep. So that's why I bought a Xbox 360. Once again, I'll show it off for all the people here in the chat. 40 bucks. 40 bucks. And the thing works beautifully. It does get really hot though. Uncle Remus, you're a smart person. And Nelson Gaming Culture, that is the right thing to do. Games will always be around. Absolutely. 85% word. What up, Don? Get you an underwater basket weaving degree. Ooh, thank you too, Will. Guess the BC ain't too compelling now. No, and look, and it's cool in the moment, right? Miku, it's cool because you can play a lot of games, but once again, you're gonna come across a situation like me where I wanted to play Quake 4 and I couldn't play it. And I don't care what anybody says, exclusives are important. Even to this day, 2025. Why did Will buy a console that is 20 years old? Because they have an exclusive I can't play anywhere else. That is Quake 4. So you have a shitty game. A lot of people say it's shitty. I haven't played it yet, but I'm just going based on what people are saying. We have a game that's considered shitty, but looks interesting to me, Will 777JP, to the point that 20 years later, I ended up buying the console that you can play it on. What do you mean exclusives are important? 20 years later, right? So there's going to be a moment where you're going to find a game that you really want to play and you don't have a way to play it, and you're going to try to move heaven and earth just to buy that console or get one that works. At least for most of us hardcore gamers. Might as well get a new 360 in the future because my childhood one, Red Ring, recently. Oh shit, Miku. So yeah, so that was another reason of why I bought this $40 one. Because not only did I buy this in an auction, I was like, you know what, if I can get this cheap enough, it'll be nice to have one that I can use for spare parts, because the one that I really want is a Halo edition or Gears edition. Except those are like $200 to $300, and I didn't feel like spending that much on a console, especially after the last couple months and how much money I spent on buying games. So I was like, you know what? I'll just get this little cheap one. I'll save up a little bit more money to get the 360 that I really, really want, and then I'll have both. So if my Halo edition Xbox goes out, I have my backup one there to help replace it. Ain't no one match 15 an hour, even if you don't know anything. You're getting 24 with no experience. Well, yeah, Nelson, that's your job. How many people can even do that job? Hello, Will. Love your position you took on the Xbox ad about physical games. Yeah, bro. That's why we're here today. Because I bought a 360. I'm like, fuck you, Xbox. You don't want my business for the Series X? I'll take it back to the 360, bro. Newer model Xbox 360s are more reliable. I had a couple of 360s at Red. Yeah, I wanted to get... This is the Xbox 360 Slim. I really wanted to be there. I didn't want to get the OG Xbox, of course, because of the red ring. Why did Microsoft never fix that damn red ring? Because they were coming out with a new model. These consoles get redesigned even immediately after they come out. So, and by redesign, I mean they can make a part a little bit different or more effective, or they get a little bit different material. Even the PS5, the cooling of it changed. It got a little bit smaller, so they knew they were going to change that, and they did. I mean, they came out with an Xbox 360 Slim, so it would have just been cheaper to pay out all these exchanges and warranties than to just recall absolutely everything back, fix everything, or change the parts and put it out that way. Uh, Obama years, you couldn't try any 3 to 5 years. How many 360 games you got? What's up, Don Moriarty? I don't have that many, bro. Here, let me show you, Don. I don't have that many Xbox 360 games, but that is gonna be changing. So this is my Xbox 360 collection right here. Just this. Ace Combat 6 is another game you can only play on 360. Well, you can play on Series X as well, but that's all I got. I do have a little bit more of the Xbox One and Xbox Series X games, but that's going to be changing. Even if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that me and my son want to start collecting for a console of our own, and we chose the Xbox 360 for that. So right now, I am looking for The Godfather Part 1 and Part 2, which you can only play. I think Part 1 is Xbox only. I think Part 2 may be on Xbox and PS3. I'm not quite sure. But those are the ones that I'm looking to get here soon. Uh, you got to play Dante. Oh yeah, I do. I own the digital version of Dante's Inferno, Enrique, and I haven't played it yet. I totally would get another 360 though for Saints Row 1 and 2. Yeah, Saints Row, that's another one. Yeah, there's a ton of games that I'm gonna be going after on PS2. Okay, so you can play it on PS2. I think PS2, the OG Xbox, and then I think they did like a remaster for the Xbox 360, or they ported it over. I don't know. But I have a small list that I've been gathering of games because I don't want to just buy every game on Xbox 360. I want to buy only the games you can play on Xbox 360, right? That's my goal because I don't want to be, if the game is available but remastered in a newer console, then I'm gonna get it that way. But I only want to buy the games you can only play on 360. So Perfect Dark, I have Perfect Dark, the Gears games, obviously. I have Infinite, Undiscovery. I have The Witcher 2. You can only play that on PC and Xbox. But when we're talking about consoles, yeah, PS3 also, yeah, exactly. Right now for the Godfather Part 2, I can get it on eBay for about $30. So I'm trying to look for a better deal than that, but that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking between 30 and 40 bucks. I think the PS3 version was between 50 and like 70 bucks, which I ain't trying to pay for that. So I've never played them. I always play Grand Theft Auto, but a lot of people say a lot of good things about The Godfather 1 and 2. So we'll check it out. But yeah, so me and my son are going to be collecting for the 360. That's going to be our own little father and son kind of deal, right? I've been collecting PS4 for years, PS5 for years. The Nintendo Switch is something me and him have been collecting for a couple years as well. But we didn't like plan it. We just got games that we wanted to play. But for the 360, I wanted to go retro, and it was either the N64, Super Nintendo, or the Xbox 360. So we were talking about it, and he likes the 360. I like the 360 too. I also like the fact that the graphics don't look super outdated. Because look, man, I grew up with the Super Nintendo, PS1, Nintendo GameCube, N64, Sega Genesis. Like, I grew up with all those consoles. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not a big fan of that generation. Yes, the games were fire for that point in time. I don't like, I just did the Metal Gear Solid, will it play with no internet? And I can't see myself playing one of those games from start to finish. And I know some people are gonna crucify me for that and say, "Oh, well, you're not a real gamer." It's like, my guy, I get it. Like, nostalgia is a bitch, but look, the controls are tanky, the graphics look pixelated. Like, why? Look at this collection, man. Like, I have so many freaking games, and I know that a lot of these games are gonna suck ass in comparison to like a Metal Gear Solid or something like that from the PS2 era. But look, I just rather get the bells and whistles, man. I've been dream, like I tell guys all the time. You say you don't like graphics. What do you mean? We used to dream for graphics like these. We used to salivate to get the graphics that we are getting in today's world. And you're talking about PS1 version was better? Get the fuck out of here. And look, I get it why people say that, right? It's nostalgia. And shout out to Wise. Um, He said that he was crying when he was playing Dragon Age, or not Dragon Age, is it Dragon Builder? The one that got remastered, the 1 and 2, Dragon 8, no, not Dragon Age. Fuck. What's the name? Dragon something. But he said he was crying when he was playing the game because that was the last game that his grandma bought him before she passed away. So it's got a lot of nostalgia and emotions behind it, right? And I can respect that. But I think that that's a big reason of why some of the gamers now, or Dragon Quest, thank you, Panda, Dragon Quest. Thank you, Don Moriarty, as well. Thank you. You were first. Panda mentioned a second. Thank you, guys. But he said that it was emotional for him, and I can relate, man. To this day, when I hear Super Mario World from the Super Nintendo, I get in my feelings too. That was the very first game I ever played in my freaking life. 4 years old. That was the Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. That was the game. I don't even know how many hours I stuck into that thing. So, and even Pac-Man. My mom was a big Pac-Man fan back when I was a kid, right? When she was in her young early 20s. So when I see these types of games, I get emotional as well. Um, Grand Theft Auto Vice City is another game that I get emotional about. That was the first game that I had on my PS2. That was the reason I wanted a PS2. That was the reason I even switched from Nintendo to PlayStation, was because of Vice City. So I know there's nostalgia, but I think people let nostalgia carry them and say things like, okay, a modern game is completely trash in comparison to some game that came out in 1997. You know what I mean? Uncle Remus, Pong, and Space War, bangers, bangers. See, and then some of those games are timeless classics, right? Like Pong, Space War, like those are games that you don't need good graphics. You don't need 120 frames per second to be able to play those. You can play those and they're just as good as they were when they first came out. But those are in a class of their own, right? But what I was saying about the nostalgia is a bitch, and I get it, and I'm also tied to nostalgia. That's why I bought the only Super Nintendo game, or not Super Nintendo, but the only PS2 game that I have. I only got one. I don't have a PS2. There's no way for me to play this, but I came across this game. I saw that PS2 logo there, and I couldn't control myself. I was like, shit, for $20, hell yeah. But look what other Super Nintendo artifact I got. You know what I mean? So I'm also in the nostalgia game, just like you guys. To this day, I haven't opened this bad boy up. I'm gonna keep it there. That's gonna stay there forever. Because I just haven't bought a Super Nintendo because I don't want to pay for it. It's like I just don't want to pay a couple $100 for that old system when I know I'm just doing it for nostalgia reasons. It ain't like I'm gonna sit there and play a game. I mean, maybe Super Mario World or something like that, but that's it. A couple games. I don't want to invest that much money. Anyways, the point is that nostalgia is one hell of a drug, and a lot of us remember our feelings. The Christmas morning, I was just shout out to Henry Heck. That's the boy right there. He was talking about Radio Shack, and Radio Shack took me back because Radio Shack saved my Christmas in 1990. What was it, 97, 98, something like that. That was the year that I got my N64, and my family didn't have a modern TV, so we didn't have the connections. So my dad on Christmas morning took me to Radio Shack to go get an adapter so I can plug in my N64 to the old ass TV that we had at the house. Radio Shack saved my Christmas. I was able to game all day that day because Radio Shack was open on Christmas morning and I was able to get my adapter. So I understand what it's like. And Mario Kart, which I got with my N64, was also the only game that my dad ever played with me. To this day, that's the only yes, Uncle Remus, the two screws on the back of the TV, the RF adapter. To this day, Mario Kart N64 is the only time my dad ever played a game with me. Ever. He only played for a couple minutes and then he complained that his eyes hurt and he stopped playing. So Mario Kart, I would buy in a heartbeat for nostalgia purposes. But doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and play 20, 30 hours of N64 Mario Kart. Like, no, I'm going to play it. I'm going to get my emotions going. I'm going to get my nostalgia kick, right? I'm going to get that nostalgia hit. And then I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to pop in a PS5 game, a Series X game, a Switch 2 game, and I'm going to go about my day, right? But I know there's people out there that all they do is play on retro gaming, and that's cool too. It's your money. You buy whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. I'm not gonna say that your gaming habits suck ass and mine are the best. Fuck no. It's gaming. That's the best part about gaming. We can all play whatever the fuck we want, and we can all play whatever we get out of it. You know what I mean? And that's dope. And a freaking guy or girl who plays N64 only is just as much as a gamer as a kid who plays Fortnite. You know what I mean? Now there's different tastes, different flavors, but we all love gaming. But that's it, y'all. I'm going to cut it short. I was only planning on being live for like 20, 30 minutes. Show you guys my new Xbox 360 that I just got. My brand new Xbox 360 refurbished controller. Got a new battery pack. I'm about to plug that in, charge those batteries up. I got to start... I think I'm going to play Gears of War 2 on it. Right now, I'm playing Halo ODST on the Series X. And then I think I'm going to jump into Gears of War 2 since I beat Gears of War Reloaded on the PS5. I kind of want to continue that Gears story and beat it for the 20th time. But I think I'm going to do it this time on an Xbox 360 and play it from start to finish. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget, I drop videos every day at 6 a.m. If you guys want to see more of these lives, hit the comment section. Let me know you guys want to see more of this. I appreciate you guys hitting the like button. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, if I can shut this thing off. Have a good night, Panda. Have a good night, everybody. Uncle Remus, Miku, have a good night, guys.